The harbour on Thomas's branch line was getting busier. Percy was finding it hard to cope.
Watch where you're going.
Me? I'm not the one that broke onto the quay.
You should have stopped.
I can't stop on a dime. I'm facing away from you. How could I have even seen you?
With your eyes?
I don't have a pair on the back of my bunker.
Hey, break it up, you two. Percy, you have a train to sort, and Walter, you shouldn't be here. Get over to the lorry bays and pick up your goods.
Honestly, Toby, he's a pain.
Percy complained that night in the sheds.
Come now, Percy. That lorry has been brought in to help you. Surely you could show him respect.
Respect? Toby, you've got the wrong end of the stick. He was the one that caused the accident. If anything, he should have apologised to me and shown me respect.
You? Respect?
Thomas yawned, dozing nearby.
You wouldn't know what respect is.
I do.
From who?
Well, Toby gives me respect.
Out of pity. You're a goods engine. They don't deserve respect.
And where's that coming from, Thomas? You've taken goods before.
Toby cut in, trying to stop the argument.
Out of necessity, dear Toby. Needs must and all that. Honestly, that Percy is pathetic. Coming up to my shed and complaining about things as low as a lorry. You'll never see me get into an occurrence with one.
Thomas arrived at the junction early, with plenty of time to spare.
Perfect. I can have a rest before my next train. Maybe have a polish to keep my crew busy.
Afraid not, Thomas.
Interrupted the station master.
You need to head to the harbour and take the next goods
Me? Why can't that caterpillar do it?
as Percy is stuck up at Farquhar.
Finished the station master.
Stupid Percy, stupid goods, silly harbour, silly lorry. Right, come on, let's get this over with. I want to rest.
Steady, Thomas. Signal's not changed yet.
Come on. I'll beat that tank engine to the station. Call me silly. Whoa! Uh-oh.
I bet this is all a ruse. I bet my bunker that Percy is asleep in the shed as we speak. I have a few words for him, let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
Toby was unavailable to help, so once he was freed from a set of points, Percy arrived to clean the mess.
Well, well, well. What happened here, Thomas? Lorry got your line?
Shut up.
Oh, and Walter's here too. Hey, news travels down the line, Thomas, that you were caught saying you would never be caught in an occurrence with him. Well, how's this for a turnout?
Are we too early? No, you're not. This poor engine we're repairing needs more doing than we initially thought. Can you go and sit in that siding over there?
Right away. Come on, old pal. Is that who I think it is? Hello, old friend. Oh, hello there, Edward. Long time no see. What are you doing all the way up here? That controller has sent me to the works to be mended. How's that brother, Rheneas, of yours? Oh, he's doing well. The owner's just brought 2 more engines. He told me that I was a very old engine and deserved a good rest. Are you okay there, Skarloey? Oh, it's just the owner gave me the shed so I could see everything and not be so lonely. But I am ever so lonely all the same. Have you not got Rheneas for company? No, he's been sent away to be mended. I wish I could be sent away to be repaired so I can pull coaches again. Well, don't worry, Skarloey. I'm sure he'll be back soon. Have your coaches got names at all? Oh, yes. All aboard! Our coaches are called Agnes, Ruth, Jemima, Lucy and Beatrice. Agnes is very proud, as she is the only coach to have cushions for first-class passengers. She pities the others who are third-class with bare balls. All 4 of them sniff at Beatrice, however. She often smells of fish and cheese, but she is most important. I don't know how the passengers put up with that stench. It's because I'm very important, dear. I don't need cushions to prove I'm reliable. Beatrice, you see, has a window which the guard sells tickets through. I sometimes tend to leave the others behind, but I always take Beatrice out. You can't have a passenger train without a ticket in the guard, you know.
Oh, yes, of course.
Rheneas and I used to take turns at pulling the trains. We know everybody and everybody knows us. We always whistle to people at level crossings and to the children who always wave as we clatter by. We take your tourists to the lake and then get ready to pull the train back. On the morning journeys home, we love to see our friends from the villages come down to do their shopping.
I say, have you seen Mrs. Last, Skarloey?
I don't think I have.
I'm not late, am I?
Every time I whistle before we continue our journey, Mrs. Last always comes running onto the platform. My crew and the guard can't help but laugh sometimes.
We'll leave you behind one day, missus.
I'm sorry. There was a queue at the bunches.
It's fine. Go on, go find a seat. Quick now.
Sometimes on market day, Ruth, Jemima and Lucy were so full of people that the guard would allow third-class passengers to travel in Agnes. She didn't like that at all.
First-class coach. Third-class people.
Now you, if you don't shut up, I'll jolly well bump you. That would soon stop her rudeness towards my friends.
We're ready to mend you now, Edward. Come along.
Right away. Well, goodbye, Skarloey. Thank you for telling me about your railway. It's a lovely little line.
It is. Thank you for talking to me, Edward. You've cheered me up. Goodbye. James was grumbling about how much work he had to do.
I'm supposed to shunt trucks and coaches as well as pull my trains, he complained. How does the fat controller expect me to keep my trains on time when I'm worn out from all the shunting? Here, there and everywhere. That's where I am.
Rubbish, snorted Gordon. You just rush about looking busy. It's the real work, the sort of work we do, that counts.
Humph,
puffed James.
Later on, the Fat Controller came round to give the engines their instructions for the next day. James was to shunt trucks in the yard, while Edward was to take trucks of heavy stone to the harbour.
Oh no, complained James. Why do I always have to do the shunting while Edward gets a nice easy run to the harbour?
You can take my trucks if you like, offered Edward kindly. It'll make a change to do some shunting. James asked the Fat Controller, who agreed that the two engines could swap duties, and next morning James went happily to find the trucks. this is going to be easy, he puffed as he set off for the harbour. What a lovely day I shall have! But the trucks did not agree. They were used to Edward pulling them, and James treated them more roughly than Edward.
James is red,
Sniggered the front truck to the others.
and we know what red means, don't we? It means stop. Let's stop on the hill and see how he likes that.
The trucks behaved well at first, and James was feeling very pleased with himself. Then he started up the hill.
Something's wrong.
Muttered James. However hard he puffed and pulled, he couldn't seem to get very far. Then, to make matters worse, he felt his wheels grind to a complete halt beneath him. It was the steepest part of the line. James tried to pull forward, but he was afraid that a coupling would break and he would lose one of the trucks altogether. The trucks all sniggered as he muttered furiously to himself. Then, the front truck gave the order to move again, and all of a sudden, the trucks ran forward and gave James a big bump on his tender. He lurched forward to the top of the hill. "Oh, help!" he wailed as the truck pushed him faster and faster down the hill.
Help! I can't stop!
Cried James. The driver, struggling against the weight of trucks behind, put the brakes on hard. And gradually, as they reached the bottom of the hill, James slowed down. By the time James reached the harbour, he was exhausted. When he had finished, he went warily back to the yard, quite looking forward to doing some peaceful shunting. Well, well, chuckled Gordon. Look, here's James, back after doing some proper work. I expect he needs a rest now. James pretended that he hadn't heard. I feel old, I do, Skarloey sighed one morning. How so? Rheneas asked. My crampins are seizing up. I have an overhaul due next month, yet I'm always kept busy. I would like a nice long rest sometimes. Only from time to time, mind you. Maybe you should go into that museum the thing controller's on about building at the station. I've heard it's for old antique things like ye. We may be old, Duncan, wheezed Rheneas crossly. But remember you're not so young yourself. Duncan rolled his eyes and headed for the carriage shed. Don't worry, old friend. I'll keep our passengers happy. Skarloey smiled at this, but had his doubts. He was right to have them. Rheneas took the next train out. He wheeshed and clanked up the valley, determined to run the line properly. I'll do this for Skarloey. Do it for Skarloey, he shunted. rocked into the next station. Careful, old timer, Sir Handel called. You don't want to knock yourself to bits. I'm all right, Sir Handel. Why don't you just get on with your train and I'll handle mine? Sir Handel scoffed. He's going to run himself into the ground, he muttered as he left. Rheneas soon began to ride rough. He was so worked up over running the line for Skarloey that he forgot the proper way to do things. He had several near misses and derailed some slate wagons at the quarry. But Rheneas was determined to be unbeaten. Honestly, Rheneas, you're going to knock yourself to bits if you keep going like this. Nonsense, Skarloey, came the breathless reply. I can manage. I saved our airway, so I can handle a bit of hard work. Hard work is right, Rheneas. It was the Thing controller. You have been working well. However, it has become clear to our passengers that you are not your usual self over the past few days. I want to know if something's wrong. No, sir. I'm completely fine, just tired out like I am, Skarloey cut in. The Thing controller turned. Go on, Skarloey. I'm sorry, sir, but it's my fault Rheneas has been trying to act this way. I feel worn out, sir, and Rheneas was only trying to help by doing more than his fair share of work. It didn't help when Duncan gave a comment about me going into that museum you're planning on building. Did he indeed? Rheneas, it is proven that you need a rest. Skarloey, I'd like the men to get started on your overhaul. You won't be in there long, and when you return, I'm sure I can spare one engine for something I have planned. The Thing controller smiled and left. The two old engines smiled too. Well, it appears I got carried away. Thank you for cutting in there. I can see the same to you. You did well trying to help me out. One good turn, as they say. Oh, it's not funny. Oh, hello, Duncan. Enjoying being a museum piece? Skarloey chuckled. Oh, shut up. It's not funny, Rheneas said as he passed by. Funny you say that, as I find it hilarious. Morris the milk fan was feeling harassed. Thomas and Daisy had cornered him at the platform, demanding to know who he preferred. Thomas doesn't know you half as well as I do, Daisy flounced. How can he understand your needs with a two-coach gap between you at all times? At least I remember to bring him, Thomas retorted. I don't shirk my responsibilities like some engines I could mention. Well, all that steam is bad for the milk. It's meant to be cold. Are your passengers meant to be cold too? They certainly don't have that complaint with Annie and Clara.
It's Percy, if you must know,
Morris interjected.
What? His focus is solely on his work. None of this fussing or faffing you two seem to specialise in.
Both Tank Engine and Rail Car blushed as Percy howled with laughter from the shed.